Width of a spectral line has already been discussed. Now in this lecture I will discuss the intensity of any spectral line. Now intensity of any spectral line depends on three factors. First one is transition probability. Second, population of the state from which the transition occurs. So, initial population. And the last one, which is the path length of the sample. These three factors guide the intensity of any spectral line. Firstly, the transition probability. Let us consider two states. Now, say this is psi m and this is psi n. Radiation will interact with this state and it will interact only when it has an oscillating electric field, which have been discussed earlier. Now after interaction, if this electromagnetic radiation is able to convert this state to psi n, then only transition will occur. This thing has already been encountered, and the calculation that was shown was regarding transition moment integral, which is integration within the proper limit, and if not known, then minus infinity to plus infinity. It will be psi n star and mu psi m d tau. We have to find this value. Now if it is found that the value is 0, then the transition will not occur. It is a forbidden transition. So the radiation will be unable to convert this state to this state. So there will be no transition. Now if it is not equal to 0, then we have to find what is the value. If non-zero value appears, then the transition will be allowed. But if it is 0.1, then the probability will be less. And if it is 0.9, the probability will be higher. So in summary, if the transition moment integral becomes 0, then transition will not occur. And if it is non-zero, then the transition will occur. And if the value is found to be less, then the transition will occur in less extent. So we will get less intensity. And if the value is found to be large, then we will get a high intensity line. Say if it is 0.1, so 10% probability. Now if we start with 1000 molecules, then it will allow 100 molecules to go into the excited state. So the intensity will be, for example, say this one. Now in this case, 90% molecules will be allowed to go to the excited state. So in this case, the intensity will be 9 times greater than the previous one. So more the value of the TMI, more will be the intensity of the spectral line. So this is the transition probability. Now to find this, one must have knowledge regarding this initial state. One must know the wave function of the final state, that is the excited state. One must have a knowledge on this radiation. Then, upon solving this integration, he or she will be able to find whether the transition will occur or not, and if occurs, then what is the probability of transitions? How many molecules from the ground state will be allowed to pass into the excited state? Now to understand the second point, which is the population, let us take the help of three energy levels, successive obviously. Now, three possible transitions are there. Say this is 0, this is 1 and this is 2, quantum number. So one transition is 0 to 1. Let us consider another transition from 0 to 2. Now if the transition probability is identical in both these transitions from 0 to 1 and 0 to 2, which is guided by psi 0 and psi 1 in the first case and psi 0 and psi 2 in the second case, and also it depends on the incident radiation. So if we found that the transition probability is identical, then both these will have the same intensity. Both these transitions will exhibit same intensity. Now the energy gap of this line is less, and for this line the energy gap will be higher. So if we try to locate the positions, if we plot frequency versus intensity, then it will be 0 to 1 and here it will be 0 to 2. So this frequency will be higher since the gap is large, and this frequency will be lower since the gap is less, and we know that del E equals to h nu. Now if the transition probability is same, then both will exhibit same intensity, same height will be obtained for both the cases, since in both the cases they are starting from the ground state. That is, they are enjoying the same population. Say the transition probability is 0.5 and there are 1000 molecules in the ground state. Then 500 molecules among those 1000 molecules will be allowed to go into the excited state, whatever it is. Maybe it is the first excited state, maybe it is the second excited state. So population is same and transition probability is same, so intensity will be same. Now if we consider the case from 0 to 1, one transition, and from 1 to 2, the second transition, then what will happen? Say the transition probability remains the same here also. Here also we have considered the transition probability to remain identical. Also say in this case the transition probability is identical for the transition from ground state to first excited state and from first excited state to second excited state. Now the intensity will not remain the same since the population of these two levels are not identical. The population of the ground state and the population of the first excited state will vary by a fundamental principle, which is the Boltzmann distribution. which is given by Ni upon N equals to e to the power minus epsilon I upon kT summation over e to the power minus epsilon I upon kT. Now this indicates that with increase in energy, this is the energy axis. So with increase in energy, here it is negative, so population will decrease and excited states will have lesser population compared to the ground state or low energy states. So even if the transition probability is same, since it is starting with a greater number of molecules than this one, so this transition will be associated with a greater intensity compared to this one. So if we try to plot, now the energy gap is almost same, so these two lines will be located at the same place. Now if we consider that this is little bit less compared to this one, so the 1 to 2 transition will come to the left and it will be of less intensity, it will be of greater intensity. So this will be 0 to 1. We have considered this gap to be greater, so it will be located at a higher frequency and it will be of greater intensity since it is starting with a greater number of molecules, and this will come to the left and will be of less intensity since it is starting with small number of molecules. So the population of the initial level also determines the intensity of spectral line. Now the third one is the path length of the sample. Let us consider the incident radiation that is falling on the sample to have intensity I0. Now we are taking a sample which will reduce this intensity by 50%. 50% drop will occur due to the presence of the sample molecules which will absorb the intensity. If I place another such sample here, then what will be the value of the intensity of the radiation that will come out? Find I in terms of I0. Given this sample can reduce the incident radiation by 50% and another sample, identical sample, has been attached to it, so that the path length has doubled. So what will be the fate of the radiation that is coming out? You have to determine the intensity I in terms of the incident radiation intensity I0. Now in the next video, I will discuss the third point in details.